Hello, my name is Chelsea. Welcome to your mat. Thank you so much for joining me in this space. Today I will be guiding you through a 40-minute restorative practice with the intention of rejuvenating the body and revitalizing you. We're going to start with a little bit of lymph flow to shake off any stagnant energy, any frustration or pent up energy from your day, week, or month. So you can join me standing to start. We'll find a comfortable position. Spread wide through the toes. Find firm connection of all four corners of the feet into the mat. And then find a little bit of softness to the knees, so try not to lock out the legs. And then allow for your shoulders to stack over your hips in a position that feels comfortable. You can play with the position of your pelvis by tilting your pelvis forwards and backwards until you find neutral. Soften the arms and the hands alongside the body. Find where your neck and head rests comfortably in space. Quite nice to sometimes imagine lifting your chin on the diagonal up and back. And then just finding your center of gravity with the eyes closed. Notice the little sway in the body to help you find center. Notice the muscles in the feet and the ankles that support you in the shape. We'll take an exhale out of the mouth as we empty the lungs completely. Find a full inhalation and a big exhalation. Let it go. Two more like that. Full inhalation. And a big exhalation, let it go. Really nice. One more time. Full inhalation. And a big exhalation, empty. Nice. Bring a little bit of buoyancy to your knees here. So just starting to lightly bend and then return the knees to the starting position. So you find a little bit of a bounce in the legs. And you can let your hands kind of go and allow your body to orient itself in these little bounces and jumps. And you can play with the pace. And just allow your breath to move naturally through you as you do this. You can keep going like this, otherwise you can start to lift the heels up and down. So the weight will be slightly forward into the balls of the feet. And maybe you add a little shaking of the wrists. And you can allow the arms to move up and down, side to side. We'll do this for about another 20 seconds. Being in the comfort of your home, you can go as crazy or as big and bold as you'd like to. Just feeling into what you need, how much of a shake and a jump you need. And keep it going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just rest in stillness, in standing. Feel the blood move through the body. Feel the energy move through the body. And then we'll gently widen our stance. You can heel toe the feet 1 or 2 spaces wider. Make sure you have some nice space in your environment. And we're just going to start to rotate side to side and really loosen up the arms. So the arms will wrap around the body as you rotate. And again, you can shorten or widen your stance depending on what feels comfortable to you. And you can make your movement as small or as big as you like. Really nice. And keep your breath moving at an even pace. We'll keep going for around another 30 seconds. You can allow your head and your neck to get involved. Play with the movement of your hips. Around another 15 seconds. You can start to slow the movement of the arms down, and we'll gently land back in stillness. Closing down the eyes if they're not already. Just observing. Following your breath and noticing the currents of energy and the blood flow in the body. And gently using your right hand, you're just going to brush or take long brush strokes up the arm, starting from the wrist up toward the shoulder. And then you'll change over, use the left hand, using some long brush strokes, encouraging the lymph. Take right hand to the side of the left side of the neck, brushing down towards the heart. And take it over to the other side, left hand brushes right side of the neck. We'll take the hands to the belly and we'll brush in a clockwise direction. And balancing on your right foot, you can brush up your left leg. You can do this bent over too. And changing over to the other side. You can keep the top of the toes grounded if you would like. And then finding a final shake out. Really nice. And then we'll come to find standing at the top of the mat. Find a full breath in. And on the exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and slowly roll down. One vertebra at a time. Cup opposite elbow with opposite wrist. When you get there, sway left to right. Find a halfway lift as you breathe in. And on the exhale, just heel toe your feet nice and wide. Come to find Malasana Yogi Squat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Draw the knees apart, lift the chest. And we'll stay here for another 5 breaths. You can stay in this active shape. Otherwise, spin the tops of the hands to face the tops of the feet. Palms are up, tuck your chin to your chest, and really soften into this nice deep squat. If it's too much, you can always place a block underneath the sitting bone or 2 blocks. We'll stay for another 3 breaths. Calling your energy inward. Slowing down your breathing, final inhale. And final exhale. And gently lift the chest here. Take your right fingertips off the right edge of the mat. Rotate your left rib cage up towards the sky and reach your right arm up. You can lower your right ear to your right shoulder. You can take a half bind if you like by turning the thumb down and bringing the top of the hand to the right butt cheek. Breathing in and breathing out. And gently take it over to the other side. Left fingertips off the left edge of the mat. Right arm rises. Find a nice deep rotation. Full breath in. If you took the bind, thumb spins down. Top of the hand comes to the left butt cheek. Rotate that right shoulder further away from you. Breathing in and breathing out. Coming back through center, hands to heart. Breathe in. And then on the exhale, bring your hands behind you and ever so gently place your sitting bones down to the mat. We'll bring our feet out in front of us, grounding into the mat. And we're just going to take some windscreen wipers with the legs, moving into internal rotation and external rotation on either side. Let's take one more each side. Really nice. And then we'll come back through center. Finding your position, reach your arms in front of you and just slowly make your way down to your back. You can draw both knees into your chest when you get there. Placing your right hand on your right knee, your left hand on your left knee, and slowly starting to take some egg beater movements with the legs. So the right knee moves in and out to the side, left knee moves in and out to the side. Tracing nice big circles with those knees. We'll take one more in this direction. And then we'll gently change direction and move in the opposite way. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. We'll keep the right knee drawn in and extend the left leg long. Give that right knee a squeeze. Breathing in. And on the exhale, take it into a supine twist as that right knee moves across the body over towards the left. Right arm can either cactus beside you or extend beside you. You can keep your gaze directly up or gaze over the right shoulder. Try to keep the right shoulder grounded and then further encourage that right knee over towards the left. Try to send the breath deep into the belly. Encouraging a rinsing and a cleansing of the internal organs. We'll stay for another 3 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, full inhale breath, full exhale breath. And gently come back through center, hugging that right knee in towards the chest. Give it a nice big squeeze. And then slowly start to extend that right leg up towards the sky. We'll interlace the hands around the hamstring. Keep the hips nice and square, and we'll start by pointing and flexing that right toe and foot. Toes and foot. Keep the left leg nice and active. And you'll feel some interesting burning sensations into the leg. Really nice. And then find softness through the foot and see if you can walk the hands a little further up the leg. And breathing in. And we'll gently slide the hands down the back of the leg, bend the knee, hug it into the chest. Ground your left hand to your left hip. Take a single-legged happy baby. So you find the outer blade of the right foot with the right hand and draw the knee down into the armpit. We'll hold for another 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One final breath, breathing in and breathing out. And gently sliding that right outer blade of the foot into the left hip crease. Keep the left hand onto the left foot and then draw that right knee down toward the mat. Three breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale for 2 and exhale. Inhale for 3 and exhale. And gently draw that right knee into the chest for one final time. Breathe in and exhale, extend the leg long. Pause for a moment, and I'd like you to observe the difference between the sensation in your hips as well as your legs. Find a full inhale breath and a full exhale breath. Gently drawing the left knee in toward the chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Relax the shoulders and the features of the face. And we'll stay for the breath in. And on the exhale, we'll move into a supine twist over toward the right. You can keep the left arm in a cactus shape or extend the arm beside you. Try to keep both shoulders grounded, and again, your gaze can either be directly up or over towards the left. I encourage you to find a deeper breath here. We have 3 rounds of breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Final breath in and out. And gently come back through center, interlacing your hands behind that left leg. We'll just start by pointing and flexing that left foot as well as the toes. Feeling any interesting burning neural sensations. And then you can slide your hand a little further up the leg and we'll hold. And then gently bending the knee in towards the chest, giving it a nice little hug. And then ever so gently we'll make our way into a single-legged happy baby. So placing your right hand to your right hip, take the outer blade of the left foot into the left hand, and then draw that left knee down toward the left armpit. 3 breaths. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling 1. Inhaling 2. Exhaling 2. Inhaling 3. And final breath, exhaling 3. And gently bring the left foot with the right hand into the right hip crease. And then gently draw that left knee down towards the mat. And breathing in and out. 2 more breaths, breathing in and out. 1 more inhale and 1 more exhale. And gently release, hugging that left knee in towards the chest, giving it a nice big squeeze. And you can bring your right knee to meet your left this time. We'll just pause in this position. Noticing the closer you hug your knees into your chest, the more of a stretch you get into your lower back. And then gently rocking up to a tabletop position, crossing your knees and your shins, bringing your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And we'll stay for the breath in. And on the exhale, just walk your hands forward out in front of you for an extended puppy's pose, melting your chest and your heart space down toward the mat. You can place your forehead down. Three breaths. One more inhale. And on the exhale, we'll slowly shift forward, coming to find a Sphinx pose. Firming down through the tops of the feet, sliding the hands and the forearms back towards the knees, lifting the chest, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Separate your feet to the width of the mat. Turn the toes out and the heels in. Stack your palms one on top of the other and gently rest your forehead on top of the palms. 5 breaths in crocodile's pose. Feel your belly expand into the mat beneath you. Use this as feedback for how deep your breath is traveling. Two more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Final breath. Inhale. And exhale. And bring your feet back to hip width apart. You're going to place your right arm beside you in a cactus-like shape, so the elbow is in line with the shoulder and the hand is in line with the elbow. Keeping your left hand beside you, just going to gently roll onto your left hand side. And then you just want to find a sweet spot where you feel the pull in your shoulder and you'll rest your head back down. So you kind of prop yourself up to find comfort in resting yourself back down. And then we'll stay for a couple breaths. That top foot can float, it can rest behind you. The intention is to find a stretch into the right shoulder. Stay for one more breath. And then gently come back out using your supporting hand, rolling that left hip back down. And we'll take it over to the other side. So we're going to place the left forearm down beside us. We're going to bring the right, fingertips underneath the right shoulder. Then we're going to prop ourselves up as we roll onto the side, and then come to rest your left ear down, and then play with the position of your foot. It can rest behind you for comfort. And again, we'll stay for a couple breaths. Work within a range that is comfortable to stay. One more breath in, and one more breath out. Listen carefully this time. We're going to put some weight into that right hand, lift the chest, thread the left arm through, and we'll come to lay down on our backs, shifting back onto your mat. And we'll go ahead and find a comfortable Shavasana position. So turn the toes out, allow the palms to rest facing up. And then really give yourself a couple moments to arrive in your body, to land here in this posture of rest. in this restorative class. Feel your natural breath move through you. Feel the space that exists within the body. Feel the support of the ground beneath you as it holds you, carries you. Observe the negative space around you. And allow yourself to be suspended in time and space. Feel a softness in the palms of your hands. Feel a softness in the subtle lift and fall of the belly as you breathe. Feel a softness in the space between the eyebrows as you release any tension in the forehead. Feeling softness in the jaw as you allow the tongue to fall heavy in the mouth. Feeling a softness in the limbs as they melt in toward the ground beneath you. Feeling a sense of weightlessness, a sense of dissolving. I will guide you out of your rest. So give yourself full permission to let go. Falling heavier and heavier with each out-breath. ever so gently, taking a longer, deeper inhale breath and a longer, deeper exhale breath. Slowly calling your energy, your attention, your awareness back into your body. You can do this by deepening your breath, by feeling the parts of the body that make contact with the mat, feeling the temperature of the air on the skin, noticing where the skin ends, where the air begins. And gently starting to bring a little bit of movement to the fingertips and the toes. A little bit of movement to the wrists and the ankles. Draw your legs toward one another. Reach your arms up above, overhead, taking a nice full body stretch as if you were waking up in the morning. You'll bend the knees and roll onto your right hand side using your right bicep as a cushion underneath your head. Just taking a moment or two in the fetal position. This position is symbolic of a new beginning, a fresh start, a rebirth. So when you feel ready to, intentionally arising or rising with the awareness from your practice and the awareness of self, you can use your left hand to gently lift you up into a seated position. Maintaining the Shavasana-like haze, keeping the eyes closed. And gently resting in the energy within for a couple moments. Gently drawing your hands to your heart center. In prayer, Anjali Mudra. Perhaps you'd like to make a gentle commitment to yourself to return back to the space that exists within whenever you remember to do so. And know that you have the space to retreat to within whenever you need. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today, for sharing this practice with me, and for letting me guide you. Gratitude from me to you, and I look forward to sharing this space with you soon. Thank you.